house and smoke another bowl.
With a wrist.
We blowing clouds in the ghost house. We rolling loud in the ghost house. Break it down in the ghost house. Bring a pound to the ghost house. We blowing clouds in the ghost house. We rolling loud in the ghost house. Break it down in the ghost house. Bring a pound to the ghost house. We blowing clouds in the ghost house. We
are blowing clouds in the ghost house tonight. That's right. Let's go. It's time. We're on. Let's get live. We are live. Here we are. What is up, everybody? What is up? I'm so happy to be back online. I get so excited about doing this. Oh, it just makes my day to come on here. We're going to have a great stream tonight. I'm very excited for the stream tonight. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. I have no doubt we're going to be discovering some more amazing music tonight because, boy, has it happened every time so far. Every single time so far. We've been doing feedback streams just the last couple days, and mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, the talent level that's coming through here. Last night, if you weren't here, go watch the video. Go watch the video. Some really, really amazing music from last night. A lot of very talented producers and singers. Some really crazy voices last night. We heard some really good stuff. I should have everyone's names pulled up. I'm sorry, I don't. But I just watch the video, go through, skip around, find all the SoundClouds, find all the songs we listened to. There were some real bangers, and a bunch of those guys are in the Discord now. There's a Discord. Use the Discord command. Use the studio command, brand new command for info here. Just hit studio for info about the studio. We're getting set up here. Last night, I think, was the first stream that went without a hitch. I think it was the first time. Even since I got the streaming gear that I got, the first couple of times I went on, we had problems where the gear went down, and I believe it was because of USB overload. Everything was going in. It was like a hub going into another hub, and it was all going in through one port. We split it out over the different ports, got another USB hub, and yesterday it just ran great. Everything seemed great. I watched the video afterwards. We didn't have the weird thing where the audio screwed up. We didn't have the thing where the HDMI went out. It all went well. Very exciting, very cool. Beautiful day here in Denver. It's a little after 9 p.m. as usual here in Denver. Gorgeous day today, nice weather. I was of course in the studio for a lot of the day, working on a song earlier that we took an existing beat and kind of reproduced it, and not an exact copy, not an exact replica, but the client wanted kind of an original version of something similar to what they wrote the song over. So reproduced a little acoustic guitar, R&B, kind of poppy R&B beat, and tracked some vocals, had a good time, was in here for a while. Then went out with my dog, took a big old walk. This is the studio. This is where I am. This is where you'll find me. If you're looking for me, you'll find me here. I'm always here. The studio's attached to my house. I live here. I work here. I'm always here. I live my life most of the time the way that an orc or an ogre, maybe a goblin, lives their life. You go outside, you're scared of the sun, you're not used to it. But I do try to get out every day, at least just with my dog. We take a nice big walk around the park. We go to Confluence Park, where Cherry Creek and the Platte River they confluent, where they come together. Really beautiful part of town, and such beautiful people out, beautiful dogs. It's just gorgeous. I mean, Denver is amazing. I am back on board with Denver. It took me a while. My faith in the city was faltering a little. My love for the city was faltering a little. I've been here over 12 years now, I suppose. Over 12 years. And I'm re-falling in love with it. It is gorgeous out there. Everything's going on out there. Having a really good time out here. So beautiful day today. Took a nice long walk with the doggy. Gave her a CBD dog treat when we got home. She likes those. My dog's over 11 years old now. She's like 11 and a half. So she's up there. She's an aging young pup, but she is still a young pup. She's beautiful. We did pull up a cool picture of her yesterday on stream at the beginning of the stream. You can go take a look. Maybe I should clip that. But yeah, so we're here. It's Music News Monday. It is Music News Monday. We'll probably, we might do this every day. We might do this every day depending on how it goes and how it flows. But I did pull up a couple stories I did want to go over. Just talking about different little aspects of the world of music and different things that come up in the world of music. And there's a lot going on in the world of music. So we like to start the stream with a little bit of music news. This is before anyone shows up usually. And once people start showing up, we'll start getting the ball rolling with the feedback. There is a new feedback command. But let's jump into one of these stories now. Let's check it out. So let's cue the music. Let's switch it over. All right. So first story here, this is from New Orleans, local news, and I pulled this up just because I feel like probably you've noticed something like this going on around you. Maybe you've had in your neck of the woods, you've had issues like this, arguments like this that happen, that come up, and noise ordinances, venues, loud music playing that's audible from outside of the venue. It's kind of a conundrum. It really is, because you want you as a person who likes to go out and see live music and play live music, you want it to be very accessible. You want it to feel like you're walking around a neighborhood and you might stumble onto some live music and you'll hear it on the street. It's a good time. And but there's a balance there. You have your neighbors, you have the people who live around these venues, and if they're dealing with music every night, and they sometimes maybe they signed up for it, maybe they knew that there was a venue there when they moved in, but sometimes maybe they didn't. Maybe the venue opened after they showed up. So there have been a number of issues about this pertaining to this here in Denver lately, with a couple of venues we'll go over. But we'll take a look at what's happening in New Orleans, and I'll tell you what's going on in Denver here. So arguments over outdoor music in New Orleans could revive fight over noise ordinance. Music advocates seek to protect city's culture. Neighborhood leaders want peace and quiet. And New Orleans is well known for having brass bands on the street, for having a big party atmosphere. Kind of like when I was down in Miami. You expect it to be loud. You expect it to be lively. That's just the cultural expectation. But if you're trying to, live a normal existence, live a normal life, go to sleep at a normal time, raise your kids, live a peaceful life. You don't want to be tortured by noise every day. You can understand it from both angles. So, of course, there's a disagreement. A suite of new proposals to expand outdoor entertainment in New Orleans is dredging up old arguments between musicians and neighborhood groups, recalling the past decade's unresolved debate over a broader issue of noise enforcement. It's coming to a head as the city council prepares to consider ordinances governing outdoor entertainment at bars, restaurants, other venues, a business model that blossomed during COVID, but now faces an uncertain future. Yeah, so remember, we just went through this giant pandemic thing that we all got to experience together. We all just lived through a historic moment. Let's not forget that it happened. It was real. It feels like a nightmare from a distant past, but it is something that just happened. And governments made a lot of decisions during COVID, and one of them was to move all dining and such like that outside. They wouldn't let you dine inside of a restaurant for an extended stretch of time. And I'm sure you remember that there were little makeshift areas outdoors, and it carries on. It carries on to this day. So still all over my neighborhood, you can see dining. There are sections of the street that are shut down where people have places outdoors to sit and eat, and it's a holdover from COVID. What's up, Muzgafaza? What is up? Welcome to the chat. How you doing? Good to see you. We are talking about we're just doing a little music news roundup. We'll get into some feedback in a little bit. But welcome to the stream. Have you experienced something like this? Where are you from, Muzz? I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name right. I'm just gonna say Muzz. Where are you from, Muzz? Where are you in the world? And have you experienced this? You're in Ireland. Cool. I'm here in Denver. We're looking at an article about outdoor music and noise ordinances and disagreements between neighbors and between the neighborhood and venues and musicians. And what is the solution, right? Because you want there to be outdoor venues. You want there to be fun things going on in a neighborhood. You want there to be music and fun and merriment, but also you want to be able to get some sleep and raise your kids and do all that stuff. So what is the solution here? In Denver, we've had a number of big issues. They're trying to shut down a really big venue that had a lot of money invested in it with a nice outdoor stage because they opened recently and all the neighbors said, you said we wouldn't be hearing this music. We're hearing it every night. It's loud. They're trying to make them play acoustic music only. And this is a big outdoor. This is number 38 is the name of this venue. And let's see if we could just sneak a peek at the stage outside. This is a huge place. So they have this big outdoor stage. And, and they could throw big shows there. And it's a party. It's a huge capacity venue. The neighbors in the surrounding neighborhood say the music's too loud. They hear the bass all night. They say it's louder than promised. And what is the solution? They're going to shut down the venue. They didn't get shut down yet. They are having an argument with the city about what the accepted level of noise is and what the neighbors want to force them to do, and what it seems like they're going to be forced into doing is only using this outdoor stage for acoustic shows, which is such a waste. I mean, I've seen live music here. Great place to see a show. Really unfortunate. And there have been other issues like this at other places. So, I don't think this article I don't think there's any resolution here. I think it's just saying that there's a big argument coming and continuing. And it got exacerbated with COVID with a lot of stuff moving outside. So I'm sure if you haven't already noticed issues like this around you, you may, if you're in a larger city especially. You could. I tend to be on the side of let's not shut it down too. But I visited Portland once, and I was staying in an apartment in the noisiest part of town, in our friend's apartment, just for a couple of days, and the music outside just didn't stop, and you could hear it all night, and you can't sleep. So everywhere it can't be like that. There can be certain parts of town that it's expected that it'll be loud, it'll be lively, there'll be things going on, but it's pretty impossible to put up with that constantly. I mean, just after a couple of days, you kind of go crazy. So I get it. If you're half a mile away from this place and you have kids and you're hearing music, you're hearing bass rattling the windows when you're trying to put your kids to sleep, you're probably not too happy about it. This is in the middle of downtown, kind of. Not like right in the middle of downtown, the one in Denver, but it is in kind of an industrial entertainment kind of district. So there aren't that many neighbors there, I don't think, residential, but there might be new apartments or whatever. But anyway, hey, so you're the first on the stream tonight. Are you a musician? Do you have music to share? We are doing feedback streams. We are here in a nice studio in Denver, Colorado. We got nice speakers. We got a nice acoustic environment here. I'm happy to listen to music and give feedback. Been having a really fun time doing that the last couple days. These kind of events that get organized several times a year. Yeah, it's a different thing if it's like a specific thing that gets permits and that is planned for. But if you're just living somewhere and a new venue like this opens like a couple of blocks away, you're going to be like, fuck, what do we do? Like, this place hasn't been here forever. This place here in Denver, this place opened maybe 4 years ago, something like that. And it was a big deal when it opened. They're like, big new venue in a convenient part of downtown. Okay, cool. It was exciting. Went there once or twice. Cool place. It's not like very close to me. I'm kind of close to it, but not enough so that I would go. And they don't, it's an ordeal to go there. It's kind of tucked away in a part of town. But wild stuff, wild stuff. What do you do? What do you do when there's that disagreement? And it's, if you're going to have shows, they're going to be at night, right? Like you can't do all your stuff during the daytime, as nice as it is. Like most of your key hours are going to be in the night, and there's like a noise ordinance. There's a curfew. But New Orleans, I mean, you think of these jazz bands, you think of the brass bands, you feel like it's a party on the street all the time. That's the reputation, right? I've never actually been to New Orleans. I know a bunch of people who live there at times. I'm sure it's not like that all over the city. But yeah, so that's the first thing I wanted to pull up. Yeah, so not really a lot of resolution in this article, but it is an interesting debate. It's one of those things where you can really see both sides of the issue here, and I don't know if there's an easy answer. You want, as a music fan, you want there to be venues all over town, right? Like there's not a lot of live music in my neighborhood, and I would be very excited to see more of it. But I could totally understand, there are a lot of families around here with young kids. You don't want them to be, you don't want their all of their quality of lives to go down. It's tricky question. Well, let's keep going. Like I said, so if you have music you want to share, feel free to hit the feedback command. It'll link to the Discord. You can post music in the Discord. I'll check it out on stream. But for a second, let's keep going because I did pull up a couple articles. It's Music News Monday. We're going through all the top stories in the music world. So we got another one here. Justin Timberlake sells off music back catalog for $100 million.